Hello everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. Here is your stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and news report. I have a lot of stimulus news to share with you in this video.
When I signed the American Rescue Plan last week, I said help is on the way. This week I can report this isn't just on the way, it's here, sooner than many ever thought possible. Over the next 10 days, we will reach two goals, two giant goals. The first is 100 million shots in people's arms will have been completed within the next 10 days, and 100 million checks in people's pockets in the next 100 days. Shots in arms and money in pockets. That's important. The American Rescue Plan is already doing what it was designed to do, make a difference in people's everyday lives. And we're just getting started. By the time all the money is distributed, 85% of American households will have gotten a $1,400 rescue checks. To give one more example, for the average family of two parents and two children making a combined income of $110,000 a year, that's going to add $5,600 for them. $5,600 they'll get. And the plan does a lot more. It extends unemployment insurance for the 11 million Americans unemployed and any who will be unemployed in the near term. It'll help hundreds of thousands of small businesses keep their...
Now, on the American Rescue Plan. Late last week, President Biden signed the American Rescue Plan into law. The most significant federal recovery effort in decades is now underway. $1,400 checks are heading out the door to 85% of American households. Relief for schools, businesses, families, and state and local governments is starting to arrive. Shots are going into the arms of Americans from coast to coast. More than 135 million doses of the vaccine have now been delivered.
Lawmakers are thinking about passing a fourth round of stimulus checks to help even more Americans. Make sure to watch until the end of this video because I will be sharing how you can avoid stimulus check scams. Okay everyone, so Americans could see more stimulus money in their bank accounts as early as mid-March. Many lawmakers are now saying that a single $1,400 stimulus payment isn't enough. Democrats and a few Republicans are urging President Joe Biden to send out recurring stimulus checks until the pandemic is over. What are your thoughts on this everyone? Do you think monthly stimulus checks are a good idea? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I definitely think Congress should provide Americans with recurring stimulus checks until the pandemic is over. The $1,400 stimulus checks that are part of the new stimulus relief bill are the most generous checks to be sent out to date. The first round of checks were worth $1,200, while the second round sent out $600. Several Democratic lawmakers are now urging Biden to implement a system where monthly stimulus checks are sent out until the crisis is over, instead of sending out one-off payments that need to be voted on each time. The goal of sending recurring payments would be to provide additional relief to struggling households, while continuously pumping money into the U.S. economy to speed up its broad recovery. In January, more than 50 House members asked the Biden administration to support a proposal for $2,000 monthly stimulus checks until the pandemic comes to an end. Lawmakers didn't specify how much the recurring stimulus check should be worth. Instead, they emphasized the importance of providing those in need with consistent payments. Currently, individuals earning up to $75,000 and married couples earning up to $150,000 will be eligible for a full $1,400 stimulus. However, those payments will have a hard cutoff once earnings reach $100,000 for individuals and $200,000 for couples. So, a fourth stimulus check technically isn't official. Since the third stimulus checks just passed, it is a little soon to know whether we can expect one. 50 Democratic representatives have signed a letter pressing Biden's administration to issue recurring stimulus checks to help Americans cover essential needs for the duration of the pandemic. The letter read, "One more check is not enough during this public health and economic crisis." Representative Ilhan Omar tweeted in January that she'd like to see the government provide $2,000 per month to carry Americans through the crisis. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell also suggested that the government to spend more on relief. But Democrats do want to pass a massive, multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure bill. A Democratic Party operative with ties to Wall Street stated late last week. Everyone is now excited about infrastructure. House Democrats said on Friday afternoon they have officially started work on an infrastructure package, kicking off what appears likely to be a lengthy stretch of negotiations on a multi-trillion-dollar economic recovery bill. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said in a statement, "Building our transportation system has long been bipartisan. It is our hope that spirit will prevail as we address other critical needs in energy and broadband, education and housing, water systems, and other priorities." She added, "As we engage in these job-creating initiatives, we must discuss their impact on the federal budget, on creating economic growth, and on preserving our planet." Chair of the House Ways and Means Committee, Richard Neal, said in a statement that Pelosi had instructed him to explore how we can use the tax code to invest in modernizing and uplifting our communities while creating good jobs that will get Americans back on their feet. What are your thoughts on a multi-trillion-dollar infrastructure bill? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. That is the end of the video, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful.
Payments and provide funding for families recovering from homelessness. And then on Friday, President Biden and Vice President Harris will travel to Georgia, as you all already know, to underscore how they and congressional Democrats fulfilled their promise in delivering $1,400 checks to finish the job of $2,000 in direct relief to millions of Americans. The second piece of, just the last piece I should say at the top, is many of you saw the news out this morning that Gene Sperling will be joining the team here to run point on the implementation of the rescue plan. I've known him for a long time, worked with him previously, but to give you a few highlights, Gene has spent more than a decade at the highest level of government, including as senior Treasury official and as the only person to serve as NEC director twice. As we've talked about a bit in here, there are a number of economic officials who will be playing roles in implementation, so he has especially an interesting and relevant background in helping pull all those levers. Gene was also played a key role in helping steer Detroit out of bankruptcy and on the path to renewal, and he quarterbacked support for small businesses and economic assistance for unemployed Americans. He will work with the heads of White House policy councils and key leaders at federal agencies so we can get funds out the door quickly, maximize its impact, accelerate the work the administration is doing to crush COVID and rescue our economy. And as I've noted in here before, the president felt it was important to have a point person who could, of course, pull all of these levers. With that, go ahead, Zeke.
Thanks, Jen. Millions of Americans started to receive direct deposit checks over the weekend. Has